So, you want to learn how to solo over any key on the guitar? Well, my friend, you've come to the right place, because in this video I'm going to show you exactly how this can be done with no theory needed whatsoever. In this video I'm going to break down the 5 positions and shapes of the pentatonic scale throughout the entire fretboard. What these 5 positions are going to do for you is completely open up your playing and make you so much more free on the fretboard and make you not only play up and down but also lengthwise. You're going to be able to access the entire fretboard, and like I said, you're going to be able to solo over any key. On top of that, you're also going to be able to find the keys of your favorite songs that you know and love, and then you're going to be able to solo over them without having to watch any videos or any tutorials, any tabs. You're going to be able to just find the key and do what you like on those songs, and basically it's just going to give you so much more freedom on the guitar. These 5 positions are what changed my playing for good on the guitar. They took me from what I would consider beginner, even slash intermediate, to I would say advanced. And these 5 positions really change your playing because you get full access to the guitar. Like I said, you don't need theory for this. It's super basic. I'm going to explain to you how it can be done, how to change the keys and how to play all 5 positions. And once you've given enough practice and given enough time to these 5 positions, you're going to be flying through the progress with the guitar. Obviously, the more you practice, the better. The more you can memorize these 5 shapes and get them down like the back of your hand, it's going to be smooth sailing from then on. So yeah, let's get right into the video. I'm going to show you the 5 positions, and we're going to start at the base and the easiest part, which is position number 1. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the A minor pentatonic, which everyone knows and loves. The reason this is so important is because position 1 is basically going to be our base for these 5 positions, and the first note that you play on position 1 is going to be in the key of the song that you are playing in. So for example, if we are starting in A minor pentatonic, our first note here on the 5th fret of the E string here is going to be an A. And now the rest of the notes which come into this pentatonic shape and the other 4 shapes are going to all be in that key of A minor, because we started in the right place. This is basically our starting point for all 5 positions. So I'm going to show you the A minor pentatonic right now. I've just shown you how to play the A minor pentatonic, and now what I'm going to explain to you is how you can change the key using just that shape. So you are already capable of playing solos over any key which you like, any song which you like, with just this one shape which you've just learned a few seconds ago. So the only thing you need to do to change the key you are playing in is that position 1, that pentatonic shape that I just showed you. The first string, the first fret and first note that you play must be in the key of the song that you're playing in. So for example, A minor pentatonic, if we want to play a song in A minor in this position, we start the first note on the A. So here it would be the 5th fret on the E string. Okay? And now let's say we want to change to C minor pentatonic, like the key of C minor of a song. Okay? We're just going to move up to where there's a C. Here is a C. Okay? This is the 8th fret on the E string. That's a C. Okay? And that is exactly how we are going to start our position 1. So we walk through the exact same scale, okay, exact same fingers, exact same gaps between the notes, okay, and starting on the note C. Let's say we want to play in the key of G minor. We just take that first finger, that first note, to a G, which is here the 3rd fret on the E string. So what I'm going to do for you now is play a backing track in 2 different keys, and I'm just going to show you what the difference it makes and how you can match the key just by using position 1 but starting on the correct note. Now that we've learned position 1 and we've seen how we can use it in different keys, what we're going to do now is we're going to learn all 5 positions. I'm going to show you all 5 positions throughout the entire fretboard in the key of G minor so that I can start here and finish all the way up at the 15th fret using the entire fretboard so that you can really see what coverage this gives you. So what I'm going to do with these 5 positions is show you them one by one, and I want you to take it at your own pace. You can pause the video and look at each one by one and make sure you memorize each one as best as you can. Take your time. It's not going to take a day. It's not going to take a week. It's going to take as long as you need. If it does take a day or a week, that's amazing. Keep it up. But it didn't take me that long. I'm still learning them till today, trying to memorize them. But take it at your own pace, and when you slow it down, you're really going to have more time to understand why it is they fit in the key and how to really play with the notes and give more of a feel, because I'm going to show you them first is chromatically, so then after you're going to be able to make it a bit more musical and change up the style, you know. Obviously we're not just going to play scales up and down, it's quite boring, we want to give it some feel. So like I said, take your time, and the better you can memorize each position one by one, the better you can connect them later on, and the better you can freestyle with them and give some more taste. So here is position 1 of the 5 positions on the G minor scale. Here we go. So here is position 2. Now we have position 3. Okay, now we have position 4. Next up, position 5, last one. And now we are all the way back to position 1, which is exactly the same as the one we played all the way down here on the fretboard. It's basically, you can call it position 6, I guess, or position 1, because it's exactly the same shape as position 1. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to run through all 5 positions once again, but this time I'm going to connect them and play them all right after each other, connecting the notes, sliding up and down into each position, so you can see how once you memorize them, you can really connect them and have full coverage of the entire fretboard with no pauses. So now that you've learned all 5 positions of the pentatonic scale throughout the entire fretboard and how they can be connected, I'm going to explain to you how you can change them for any key. So exactly like before, you are just going to change that first note of the position 1 to the note of the key that you are playing in. So for example, if we are playing all 5 positions in the key of G, position 1 first note should be on the 3rd string, on the 3rd fret of the E string. If we are playing all 5 positions of the pentatonic scale in A minor, we are just going to start on the 5th fret of the E string, and so on and so forth. So with this being said, you don't have to start every solo. Obviously every solo is different and all type of playing is different, but you don't have to start every solo, every song, whatever it is, on the first note. Once you get so used to these pentatonic shapes and different keys and getting comfortable on the guitar, when you go to play in any key, you don't have to start on that same note. You can start on the same note an octave higher or 2 octaves higher, or you can start on any other note, whatever sounds good to you and whatever it is you are playing. But basically for the absolute beginners, this is the way I learned. If you're just looking to start playing in a key, just find the first note on the E string, because that's always the easiest, on the low E string, find the note that matches the key and start position 1 from there. That's the easiest. With that being said, that's also how you can just listen to any song which you know and love with no tutorials, no tabs, no videos, no nothing, and find the key of it. What I do is I just listen to songs that I love and I just hop around the E string, the low E string, and like literally playing every single note until the one matches. And then if I find it matches the key, I'm going to play the 5 positions in that key, because I just found a note, it matches to my ear, I can hear it fits the key of the song, and then I can just solo however I want over it using all 5 positions. Now, if you're anything like me when it comes to learning the guitar, you're probably wondering how it is you can change the keys from major to minor or minor to major. And I have just the answer for you, which involves nothing more to learn. No theory, no nothing. All it takes is the 5 positions we've already learned and nothing more and nothing less. In a minor setting, we are going to start on position 1 and use the first note in the key of the song. So if we're playing in A minor, like we said before, we're going to start position 1 on the note A on the low E string. Now, to change to major, all we need to do is turn position 1 into position 5. And the first note of position 5 must also be the key of the song. Now, I'm going to play over 2 different backing tracks. I'm going to play one in A minor and I'm going to play one in A major. And you're going to see just how changing the position 1 to position 5 changes the entire feel of the song from major to minor, minor to major. And you're going to see the difference from just changing one position. You don't have to learn anything else. Up until now, you've learned everything. Now you just have to move them around a bit and that's it. So instead of positions in minor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're now going to play in major 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now what I'm going to do for you is play 2 backing tracks, one in A minor, one in A major, so that you can see the difference changing the positions makes. That was 2 different backing tracks, both in the key of A, but one in the key of A minor and one in the key of A major. With that being said, I used only the same 5 positions to play both solos and just moved around the positions accordingly to fit the key of the song. To wrap up this video, I've taught you how to play all 5 positions of the pentatonic scale throughout the entire fretboard, how to find any key of any song by playing around with the root note on the E string, on the low E string, and I've also shown you how to change the key from minor to major or major to minor. take these 5 positions and also everything on the guitar, but these 5 positions, take them at your own time, take them at your own pace, learn them one by one, really get them down like the back of your hand, really memorize them. And the better you can memorize them and connect them, the more creative and the more flowy and the more feel and emotion your solos are going to have. So with that being said, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like this content, and also leave a comment letting me know what other types of videos you want me to make. And I'll see you guys in the next one.